What's up, everybody? Tonight we are going to talk about love altars, how to set one up, how to work with one, ways to use it, and whether or not you should have one and what their purpose is. I know I'm a little late. I was supposed to start this video about an hour ago, but if you're following me today, I was at Whole Foods picking up some items that I wanted to share with you guys to just help your magic and your manifesting, whether it's self-love or to attract a new partner, that more powerful. Hi ladies, hi everybody who's joining. Thank you so much. I've been really excited actually, and this is a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and I was, around Valentine's Day, I was like, I'm gonna do it, but I figured this would be ideal. It's spring equinox. It's the time for planting the seeds, kind of coming into our own feminine goddess energy, creating a life full of love. And again, that can be self-love, which I do believe healing and really kind of doing your inner work will reflect outward. And I think that's first and foremost and most important for attracting anything, whether it's a partner or just more happiness. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Savannah. So we're going to go into, I'm going to try to make this video short, my version of short, but we're going to go into some really important items that I want to recommend that I think you should have on your love altar, and some things that I think you should also be kind of doing or incorporating into your practice, okay? Hi guys, thanks for joining. Please share this video. Share it with someone you love, share it on your page, share it in a Facebook group, because I think, especially for us women, we're natural, we're nurturers, we're goddesses, we're mothers, we're healers, we're lovers. You know what I mean? Us women are the love connection of the earth. And without us, if we're not balanced, if we're not, in a certain place of healing, how can we love those around us? How can we care for our children? How can we love our parents? How can we love our spouses? How can we attract love into our life? How can we spread that love? Like, without us, there would be no love on the planet. Men, y'all are awesome, and men love in a certain type of way, but us women love very differently, and we're very nurturing. And it's extremely important to self first, and then whatever you have can go outward, and then whatever goes outward will attract back to you, okay? Hey, Tammy. All right, ladies. So before we get started, I did a little pre-shuffle. I wanted to pull a card, and I asked Spirit to just give any message that needs to be sent out, or I don't know, this may help someone, whoever kind of needs to hear this. And the card that I pulled, which was kind of interesting and pretty much on point, was forgiving and healing. As you release and heal the past, you'll experience more love in your present moments. And I think this really does speak for itself, but it's just a reminder, us women in general, we experience a lot of different things in life, all the way from childhood through adolescence, going through puberty, going through menopause, going through childbearing, all the stages of life. And sometimes we experience things that are very pleasant in life. Sometimes we experience things that aren't very pleasant. Unfortunately, there's traumas that happen. I mean, I could go on, and I think it's very important to remember you want to take those experiences as lessons. You want to let go what doesn't serve you, and you want to be open to healing so that you can kind of replace those ill feelings or things that have happened to us and kind of replace that with love. So I don't know if this resonates with anyone. If it does, great, then this message was for you. But forgiving and learning and releasing, that's what it's all about. I did pull this card, if anyone's interested, from the Romance Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. It's one of my favorite decks. This is the deck, this one and this one here, the Goddess Guidance, is what I use for my love readings. I know a couple of you have booked the full moon love reading for tomorrow, so your reading will be done with these two decks. All right, so let's get into it. And I do think this might end up being a two-part video. Friday night is when I'm doing all of my love spells, my love work. I did a video earlier showing how I cleanse my candles and how I prep them. And Friday I will be finishing the altar that I started, and really kind of, I think I'll do part two going into really dressing your candles. But I will give you guys something, a little recipe that you can pick up some items and start working on that tomorrow if you plan on doing some love work on Friday. So let me know. Hey Kimberly, thanks for joining. Share this video, you guys, and feel free, if you have some questions, I will definitely try to answer them while I'm live. If not, I'll always go back through the through the comments, and I'll answer them later tonight. So, first and foremost, a love altar. Why in the world would anybody want one? Well, the same reason why you'd have an ancestor altar, a money altar, a general altar. Again, a focal point of your divine energy, things on it that represent you, a space in your home, your office, but mainly your home, to attract love into your life. And attracting love is equally as important as it is attracting money. When we're out of balance, when we're emotionally all over the place, I'll speak for myself. When I'm emotionally kind of all over the place, it affects other areas of my life. Business doesn't seem to go as well. I can't focus. My relationships with my friends, my diet, everything kind of just falls off like a domino effect. And I'm one of those women, and I'll be very open with you guys. I am a relationship type of woman, which means I've always had a boyfriend. I've always been in a relationship. I'm not going to say I've never been single for too long. I've been single. I've been in and out of relationships, but I enjoy the company of another person. I enjoy love. And I had to also learn at some point that a lot of that love, I needed to also learn how to give it to myself. And in doing that, my current relationship and my dating life got a lot better, way better than it was when I was in my early 20s and kind of still figuring things out. We'll go into that at a later time. But my point is, setting up a love altar, for me, I did one dedicated to myself. And, excuse me, Luna's laying on my notes. I did one dedicated to myself for healing, for inner reflecting, for manifesting. I tell a lot of people when I do my consultations, when people come to me for love spells, I did a love spell 2 years ago on a new moon, and it was where I was at a place in my life where I had, moved back and forth across the country. I had been single for a couple years, and I was ready to be in a relationship, a healthy relationship, and I manifested the guy that I'm with now. So having a love altar can be very beneficial in many ways. Whether you want a partner or you want to just really reflect and draw energy to yourself. So that would be the primary reason of setting one up. Or maybe you have a partner, but you want to bring more love and balance into the home. You may have kids, you may have a wife, or you may have a husband, and the energy kind of just seems off sometimes. That's another reason to have a focal point of love energy just kind of radiating, because again, you have to keep balance. I mean, a home with money and food and prosperity and no love really isn't a home. You know what I mean? I don't know about you guys, but and of course we all love riches and wealth, but I personally would rather have love in my life, whether it's from myself, friends, family, Luna, a partner. To me, I'd rather have love over money. Quite honestly, that's just how I feel. You may agree, you may not, but I really do think that that's more important in my view. So you want to set up a love altar. For healing work, again, placing a picture of yourself on there, putting up a candle for balance, for kind of finding yourself. I think this is also very good for anyone that has experienced any type of trauma. Again, us women go through a lot. There's physical trauma, there's sexual trauma, there's the loss of a child. There's many different things that we tend to experience. For some women that may be experiencing fertility issues. The list can go on and on. But having this space to kind of re-energize and heal yourself would be extremely, extremely beneficial. If you guys have been following me, I did a video about 4 months ago on fertility. If you didn't see that, it is on my YouTube channel, Mystic at the Crossroads, on doing healing work and fertility in order to get pregnant. I myself have PCOS. Trying to conceive has been a challenge, throughout the years in and out of different relationships. So I've learned some techniques to help you with that. And again, having a beautiful love altar, fertility altar might be beneficial to you. Okay. So a couple of items that I want to recommend for you to put on your altar. I think we all know straight across the board you want to work with your candles. I decided to keep it simple. I was going to go kind of elaborate with some different candles, but I wanted to share things that I know would be very easy for you ladies to find, or gentlemen, whoever's watching. So we have here your typical 7-day pink candle. Now the only difference with this is a cocktail candle, but you can do the exact same thing with a pink candle that you find at your local, Ralph's, Kroger, Publix, Walmart. Even Walmart actually has love candles. It's kind of interesting. So this is a pink one. This is dressed with rose petals. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's rose petals. There's some beautiful glitter inside of there. I'm going to be adding some honey and some confectioner sugar. And then red. Now the difference in pink and red, pink is, of course, it's for love, but it's also for friendship and it's for healing. Red is for passion. Red is for attracting. Red is for good sex. So if you're looking for a partner, you want to have, maybe you just want to enjoy yourself romantically, you're not looking for a relationship, red would be a good choice. If you are looking for a relationship and you wanted something, more committed, you can definitely use red, but there are particular herbs that you would dress this with. And what you use to dress your candles, whether you use pink or red, will definitely make a huge difference. So I kind of really look at pink. I think, sorry, that was the cat. What did she? Oh, great. She dropped my rose quartz. Pink to me is great for reconciliation. Pink is good for healing. But if you're looking to attract love, I don't recommend pink. To me, this is kind of the friend zone-y. This is kind of the passionate, romantic, fiery attraction. So that would be the difference in choosing your candles. And again, I'll go over the list of herbs in a second of what you could use for what. The next item that I would recommend you to have is some roses. And the reason is roses are the universal symbol of love. I know not every woman cares for roses, and that's okay. If you have a flower of your choice that you would prefer to look at, go for it. However, roses are beautiful. If you think about it, in like all the movies back in the day, what did men do? They give women roses. Roses are often found in wedding bouquets and things of that nature. So roses symbolize love, and they're actually in energy vibration when it comes to stones, crystals, plant medicines. Roses are the highest vibrational when it comes to love. So if you're doing any type of love spell, you need roses. Like, you have them. Unless you're doing healing work for a marriage, then carnelians can be accepted. But primarily roses. Again, pink, red, white is for purity. It depends on what your intentions are, right? White is for healing. But pink or red roses, fresh roses, you can get them at Trader Joe's. They're about $6, and place those on the altar. Let's see. I did say a photo of yourself. You do want a representation of a goddess. So if we go back to working with spiritual energies, you want to pick a goddess that represents love and healing. And you got to maybe do a little bit of research for that and see what resonates with you. Of course, Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love. Oshun, I think, is kind of across the board with us melanated people. Women tend to gravitate towards that energy. Kuai Yin is the goddess of love and compassion. But if you're looking to manifest a relationship, you might not want to go there. I would probably go with Frida would be a good option for you. I mean, there's a long list of goddesses, and you can do a little bit of homework, but some sort of representation. If you don't want to work with a deity, totally fine. I have this, and you guys may have seen this. This I purchased from a woman named Erin. I can't think of her last name. She's on Etsy. This is a handmade fertility statue. And if you look very closely down in the vaginal opening, that is a carnelian. And it is used not just for fertility, but a representation of your goddess energy and for healing. So if you have any type of reproductive issues, fibroids, ovarian cysts, I mean, again, the list could go, I could go on and on. This is a whole separate video. But this is really just a representation of fertility, of birth, of manifesting. It does not have to mean a baby per se, but just the manifestation of your desires and the fertility of your desires and just your womanhood. So you may want to find a goddess statue and place that on your altar. I did a total video on this and how this works, and if anyone's interested, you can inbox me. I will share her information. She is on YouTube, Fantastic, fantastic woman, very sweet. And I love, these are literally handmade and hand painted, and they come with different stones depending on what it is you're trying to manifest. So I would recommend getting this. I think I paid, they were extremely inexpensive. I think it was like about $20 for it. Another thing that you want is a petition on your altar. And I say this 100 times. I wish I could just shout it from the top of the world. Write out a petition for what you want. So maybe if you're in a place in life and there's certain things that you want to work on for yourself, you know, assess where you are, where do you want to be, and write out those qualities for yourself. If you've been through something in life, if you've been through some sort of trauma that has maybe, you know, got you reserved emotionally, write out those things, and you need to release it. You need to find a way to let that go. Burning rituals are great. That works for some people, not others. You may need to connect with a healer, maybe see a shaman or a practitioner in your area and get some energy work done. You may need to do some cord cutting, whatever it is that you need to do to get past what you've been through in order to attract more love in your life. But you want to write out a petition. This needs to be handwritten. I stress this a lot, and I know people were so techie and we're all in our phones and our computers, and no. Pen and paper, write it down. If you're looking to manifest a new love partner, write down the qualities. So, you know, what type of man are you looking for? What type of woman are you looking for? And I mean, be specific. Height, weight, color, job, body. Do you want somebody that travels? Do you want to, what do you want? Do you want someone that's into sexual fetishes? Do you want somebody who's, you know, super conservative? What do you want? What are you willing to put up with? What type of love do you want? If it's for yourself and you just want to be able to give more love out, you need to write that down, and it needs to be on your altar, and it needs to be something that you look at and you read on a regular basis, especially if you're going to be doing your love candles. One other thing that Luna tried to destroy, hold on, while I pick it up, is rose quartz. And I have here a rose quartz yoni egg. I haven't actually used this for its purpose, but I bought this, oh gosh, I don't know. I think I bought this last summer for my altar, my spring altar last year. And again, the egg represents fertility in the birth of new ideas and the birth of manifesting. And, you know, you can manifest a lot of things with a love altar. Just as many things as you could as an ancestor altar or a money altar. So, rose quartz yoni egg, for those of you that are trying to conceive, this would be very ideal. Working with yoni eggs are also very powerful because they absorb energy and replace energy. So again, anyone, if you have fertility issues, if you've experienced any type of trauma, another thing you have to keep in mind is when you are sexually intimate with a person, guess what? You've absorbed their energy. Yeah. And there isn't enough spiritual baths in the world to get rid of that. If you don't address it, literally address it at its source. And that goes for man or woman, whatever your sexual preference is. If you're intimate with someone, and if you're a lady and they've been all up in it, guess what? You could have broke up 10 years ago. They still all up in it. So you need to cleanse that out. And that's another reason why a lot of people find themselves stuck. They can't get over their ex. They can't get past a certain point. They get into a relationship and they're still having trust issues. It's because you're still carrying the energy from that past relationship. And it's playing out in your new relationship. And your new partner can feel the last person that you were with, which is why I talk about it's very important to be careful who you're intimate with. Be careful who you're intimate with on full moons. Ladies, men, whoever is watching, don't have sex with anybody tonight you don't want to be stuck with. Y'all heard me? I don't care what sex, foreplay. If you don't want to be tied to them in some sort of way, don't do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. Do it on Friday. Should have did. Don't just. I warned you. I warned you. All right. Next, you should have a plant on your altar. Something that's alive and growing. Again, you can even buy those little like baby's breaths, those planted roses, something that symbolizes growth, because what are we doing here on earth? We're growing and we're learning, and love is everlasting. You're always going to continue to grow, and you want to attract love. So you want to have something living on your altar. I think it goes without saying you should have a glass of water on your altar for cleansing, for balance, for healing, or to attract benevolent love energy and love spirits. Another thing, if you really want to get jiggy with it, is setting your altar up this Friday. You could do it tonight. You do it on Friday because Friday is governed by Venus. You can also light your candles at the Venus hour. Don't ask me when that is. I don't know, but you can Google, when is the Venus hour each day. There are apps for that also, just like there's moon apps, there's planetary apps, and you can do that as well. Teresa says, I have a bamboo plant. Bamboo is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's still a plant. To me, bamboo, I think of money, but it's still living and it still grows. So if that's what you have, that's what you'll work with. All right. Oh, next thing I'm going to show you. So I was at Whole Foods earlier and I was going through their soaps, and I'm a big, spiritual bath girl, and I believe in practicing your magic in many different ways, not just candles. So I picked up, this will make you want to love yourself. This one is Love Energy, and this is a handmade soap bar made by Forest Nymph. Her soaps, I make my own soaps, but I tell you, her soaps are amazing. And hell, I'm too damn busy to do all of this. This one has actual rose petals in it. It has rose essential oil. I didn't write down all the properties, but I know it's rose. I want to say geranium in this also. Now, these soaps are rose and patchouli. And this one doesn't have orris root. That's Lush. If y'all are up on Lush Cosmetics, that's a witchy store. A witchy store with all the Love products. But rose and patchouli. And then this is the Sugar Daddy one, which smells like, how do I put this? Okay, this smells like how the ice cream dulce de leche tastes. Does that make sense? It smells like caramel. All I'm gonna say is, you washing this, somebody gonna want to eat you, literally. But I'm always thinking about sex, don't mind me. But these soaps are amazing, and the reason why I like them is because they have essential oils that are aligned with certain things that you want to manifest. So you can pick these up at Whole Foods. I will tell you, they're a little costly. They're about $1.50 an ounce. So a bar this size, I bought 4, so I paid about $18 for 4 bars of soap. That's pretty high. Yeah, so it was roughly about $3-4 each. But they're very good. They're all natural. They are vegan. And they're handmade with love. I know the Love Energy soap, she actually makes these on the full moon. And on her there's a little card that says the moon phase that they're made and what they're used for. And I think they're really good quality products. And they work. I can tell you, I have used these soaps. I've tested these soaps out, before going out on a date or before my honey came over, just to see if the aphrodisiac properties, if it was a little bit different, if I noticed a difference, from one date to the other, and they work. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. The next thing that I would recommend for you if you're gonna put on your love altar is work with your tarot cards. Work with your tarot cards. Work with your oracle cards. The 3 that I love for love are, again, the Romance deck. This one, Magical Messages from the Fairies, Doreen Virtue. And the way that I work with these, again, depending on what you're trying to manifest into your life. But when I do love spells, I'll just pull out a couple just to show you guys. I will put a card that represents what I'm working on. So, for example, if you're working on emotional healing for yourself, then you might want to put an emotional healing card. If you're working on your love life, whether you're trying to reconcile a relationship, heal your marriage or partnership, or manifest someone, that would be a good card. Marriage. Maybe you're going to do a marriage spell for yourself. Okay? This is just an example. The same thing both with the goddess, I always get tongue twisted. Goddess guidance cards, or the romance angels, or if you have a typical tarot deck that follows the Rider-Waite tradition, then I would throw down, my Ace of Cups, my Two of Cups, my Lover's card, my Empress card, a 10 of diamonds or a 10 of pentacles, 9 of pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, things that represent love and fertility and abundance, because that's the whole purpose of having a love altar, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see, was there anything else? Oh, let me go over the herbs with you. I'm doing so good on my time tonight. I'm excited. I thought I was going to be talking forever. Okay, so get yourself a pen and paper, or you're going to have to watch the replay on YouTube. I'm going to go over these herbs really quickly to dress your candles, depending on what you're trying to manifest. So, if you're working on self-healing and self-love, get yourself some chamomile. Chamomile and lavender. And that would go inside of your healing candle, which could be baby blue. It could be white, or it could be pink. So that's for self-healing. If you're trying to attract a new love partner, you want a new relationship, this could be, casual dating, true love, hot sex, whatever you want. Get yourself a red candle. And I'm going to just warn you before you do this, and I hear this a lot. When you do love work, any and everybody will come to you. So, the universe isn't going to decipher and decide, oh, you want this person or you don't want that person. I had a woman come to my workshop that I did a couple weeks ago, and she texted me and was like, all these women keep hitting on me and I'm not a lesbian. What's going on? And I'm like, well, you put a love spell on yourself. That's what's going on. Don't knock it. You don't have to engage with anyone that is not your preference, but just understand, when you do love work, even healing work, you got this little neon sign, spiritual sign over your head that's saying, I'm ready and I'm open to receive. So people are going to come at you. It's up to you to kind of weed them out. Also, just kind of on a side note, sometimes we can be very picky and we can kind of shut people down. And you do have to keep in mind, when you're working on attracting someone to you, you will attract all these different people. You need to be mindful of how you reject them, because if you reject them in the wrong way, the universe will stop sending them to you. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so if you want to attract a new partner, I would invest in some Damiana. I love catnip. It's my go-to herb. You can find catnip at Dollar Tree. People are like, where do I get catnip? Catnip is for cats. Dollar Tree, Petco, PetSmart, Ralph's, Kroger, Publix, Walmart, Target. It's everywhere. It's about $3. Get yourself some catnip. Cinnamon powder. I think we all have that in our spice cabinet. That's for attraction. You can sprinkle a little ginger powder on there if you're looking for, intimacy. If you're a woman that's looking to be having some, real hot, passionate sex with a man, use ginger. If you're looking for it with a woman, use orris root, or I would stick to the orris root. If you're looking for a committed relationship, so you're like, I'm kind of done playing the field, I'm really looking for someone that's going to be on my right vibrational frequency, I want to settle down, I would use dill. Either dill seeds or the dill, is it called powder? What's it called? I wish Luna could open the cabinet so I could see it. But dill, it's a cooking herb. Dill or coriander. Those are for committed relationships. Red clover also is to attract commitment. And red clover is also a great herb to get your partner to express what their true feelings are towards you. So you can combine some red clover and some deer tongue. Deer tongue is an herb. I had a vegan girl was like, deer tongue is an herb. You can find it, mountain rose herbs and Frontier doesn't have deer tongue. Mountain rose herbs, I believe Earth and Herbal, I think. I love Earth and Herbal. They have fantastic herbs. If they don't have, I'm going to contact them. Earth and Herbal, they're on Facebook. I think they have it. If they don't have it and you're watching this, you need to stock that in your witchy supply, because I need to order some. But those are 2 herbs to get your partner to confess their true feelings, because sometimes we're in relationships and we don't know what the fuck is going on. Do you love me? Do you not? We getting married? Are we not? Like, what are you doing? We've been doing this for 6 months now. What's going on? And you need to know the answer to these things. Deer tongue, red clover. Deer tongue's also good for encouraging, not manipulating, but encouraging your partner to propose marriage to you. That's a side note. I'll do another video on marriage spells later. So, sweet basil is your I call it kind of my midpoint. It is great for love spells, good for money, but better for love. And this is, if you can't find anything else on this list, get yourself some sweet basil. And, I think everybody, if you got a kitchen, you have sweet basil. If you don't, you should, because it's a great herb to cook with. Sweet basil. For seduction. So you have a date, you're going out, your partner's coming over, you want to reconcile, you just met a new woman, whatever it is. Jasmine, herb, or essential oil, honey, and pure honey. Not that Dollar Tree stuff. That stuff ain't no honey. That's like corn syrup mixed with some other crap and a dot of honey. I'm talking some real, you're going to have to spend $9 and get yourself some real honey, preferably the one with the cone in it, honey, and then you want to use some patchouli. Patchouli, I know patchouli smells like a San Francisco hippie, but let me tell you, it is fantastic for love work. Good for money, great for love. So patchouli, the herb and the oil are both very pungent, so you got to pick the lesser of two evils that you can deal with and put it inside of your candle. You can replace any of the herbs that I've mentioned with the essential oil. However, I like working with herbs because they are, closer to their natural form than they are. Somebody's laughing at my San Francisco hippie comment. They're a little bit more closer to their natural form than when they've already been through the distillation process and yada yada yada, whatever else they do. If all else fails, make your own oils, which takes a long time. If you're gonna soak your herbs, and try to make your own oils. They're not going to be ready in 3 days. You're going to have to let them sit for like a full moon cycle. So I think it's it's better to just buy them. They're already made for you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take a couple questions. I'm going to go back really quickly. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Is this video been helpful? I hope so. I've tried to cover as much as I could in a nutshell. One other thing. On your love altar, this is just a suggestion. You should put, you want to put down a cloth in the corresponding color. So I picked up some fabric today from Joann's. They have these little, Joann's is a fabric store here in LA, but Michael's, if you guys have Michael's, wherever it is that you're living, they have these little fabrics that are about this big and they're about $3. I can't get up and get them for you. I would show you, but yeah. I don't know, pants on, I'm not going to do y'all like that. But you can imagine, they're about $3, they're about this big, they're like a little bit larger than a bandana, and you can place them down, and again, we're working with color magic. Color carries energy as well, so you want everything that you use visually to represent what it is you're trying to manifest. So, I know sometimes, and I talked about this the other day, maybe your space is small. Maybe your living situation isn't conducive to set up an altar. Some of y'all be burning candles in your bathtub and on the stove and all these different places. And if that's what it is, then that's what it is, okay? But if you can, it's best to set up an altar space. It does not have to be big. It could be one of those little fold-out TV trays. I mean, I have a little kitchen cart that I had dressed some candles on earlier because I needed some extra space. It does not have to be this big elaborate thing, but I will tell you, the person that sets up an altar that has all the little elements that represent what they're trying to manifest will see better results than the person that's just throwing a candle together and burning it on their stove. And that's just the reality of it. So, you've got a couple different people when it comes to the spiritual journey. You've got the person that just wants results and I'm just casting spells. And then you've got the person that's on a spiritual journey that wants to manifest this incredible life, who's putting in the time and energy to create these things. And then last but not least, I'm just going to say this, and I know somebody is going to be like, I cannot believe, how could she say this? But get your priorities in order. If you're broke, if you're homeless, if you're emotionally disturbed, if you ain't healed from some trauma, especially if you're broke, no offense, you don't need to be doing no love work. It ain't the time for it. I can't tell you how many people come to me asking for love spells and reconciliation spells and tell me they're unemployed and they're like, well, can I get a discount? Or I can't pay you. Then you need a job spell. You don't need no love spell. And that's what I think the problem is. A lot of people are, you're wrong. You're trying to manifest some love. Love ain't going to save you and it's not going to fix your problems. So get your priorities in order. Don't be setting up and doing no love spells on somebody when you ain't got no job to afford the stuff or you ain't got no place to bring them. I'm sorry, that may be harsh. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but it's 2019 and we're grown, and there are certain things that have to come in order. You see what I'm saying? You know, people want to do marriage spells, and it's like, y'all only been dating for 3 months. You already want to go to the altar? You don't even know this person. So let's just kind of, step back into reality. And last but not least, love comes from within. It doesn't come from without. If you're not right and not balanced on the inside, don't matter how many candles you burn, you're not going to ever be happy, and you definitely will not attract that right partner. And I know a lot of people keep telling me, I keep meeting the wrong guy, I keep meeting the wrong woman, I keep attracting the wrong partner. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you're being. Did y'all get that? You attract who you're being. If you have not released, if you have not healed, if you have not made some changes within yourself, then you're going to keep seeing the same person manifest in a different body. The key to a happy relationship is knowing thyself. And, again, what you have inward and what you reflect outward is what you're going to attract to yourself. So keep that in mind when you're doing your love work. And keep that in mind before you do any spell work on people. And I'm going to leave it at that. I was going to go into the whole free will thing, but I don't, I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I think I'll say that for another video. But, love yourself. And if you do that, if you really focus on love on yourself, I promise I'll stop talking in a second, but when I did my love spell, before I met the guy that I've been with now for a little over 2 years, I did work on myself previously. I was healing. I had to get real with myself. I had to say, what do you have to offer? You meaning me. What do I have to bring to a relationship? What do I have that another person would want? Okay? What do I have to offer myself? Am I trying to be in a relationship to fill a void that I'm missing? Can I fill that void on my own? I dated myself. I was in a love affair with myself, honey. I went on dates. I went to the movies. I invested in some really good vibrators. I had a blast. And let me tell you, from the time I did that spell, which was on the new moon, February 13th, it was the day before Valentine's Day, 2016, I met my partner literally on my birthday, which was March 2nd, 2016, and it was a full moon. My spell manifested in 2 weeks. And I had already been doing love work on myself, but I was also afraid. There was a part of me, as I'll tell you, I was a serial dater. When I lived in Florida, okay, I'm not going to go there. My point is, I had a lot of fun. But I had a lot of fun, and I emotionally was not open to a committed relationship, and a lot of that was because I knew I wasn't going to stay in Florida. So when I finally moved back to LA, I was ready to be in a commitment, and when I did that work, that's what came to me. But it took some time, it took some time working on myself first. All right, so I'm going to answer a couple quick questions, and then I'm going to get off of here. I'm starving, and the moon is out, so I want to go look at it. All right, Corey says, where can I purchase the soaps? Whole Foods Market, Whole Foods. I don't know where you live. There's a Whole Foods everywhere, maybe. If not, you can go on the website. It's called Forest, like trees in the forest, Nymphomaniac. They have a website, and you can order the soaps directly and get them delivered to you. Let's see. Cheryl says, just curious, what is the white chunk on the pink candle? Fantastic question. This is palm wax. Right here. That's palm wax. It's called a cocktail candle. This actually had a label on it, and I didn't like the label, so I took it off. It had, like, the Virgin Mary on it. No offense to the Virgin Mary. But, which was kind of, I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but it was kind of weird having the Virgin Mary on a sex candle. Just saying. That's actually what the candle said, and I was like, yeah, I love the candle, don't like the image, so I took it off, and I'm going to, write some intentions on there. You can print out photos also from, online, so if you're looking to get married, if you're looking for, to be proposed, if you're looking, whatever it is you're looking for, Go on Pinterest, go on not YouTube, go on Pinterest, go on Google, find an image, print it out, put it on your candle. Boom, you've just created a new candle. Let's see. Andrea says, should we keep an altar in our bedroom for our marriage long-term partnership? Great question. So here's my thought on that. One, yes, I think it's okay to keep a love altar in your bedroom. You know, you don't necessarily want people walking in your house and seeing your love altar. It's none of their business. You don't want their energy on it. Two, if you're married or if you're in a partnership or even if you aren't, I think it's perfectly fine to burn candles, have your work going in the space that you share with your partner. You know, my guy, I have a love altar in my bedroom. He be sitting, he knows them candles up there. It's like, you already know what it is. So absolutely, you are perfectly fine. If you're dating and this is kind of up to your discretion. When I was dating, I didn't care if he, she, whoever I was with at the time, I didn't care if they saw my love altar or not. This is who I am. This is what it is. I wouldn't have like, you know, love candles burning. That might kind of scare someone that doesn't know you. But do you? And and that's another thing. It's perfectly fine to burn love candles to enhance your relationship, to keep your relationship going, to keep the love going. There's nothing wrong with that. And personally, I don't think that there's anything wrong with love spells. I don't. If it's meant to be, it will be. It will work. If it's not, then it won't. A lot of people will be like, oh, free will, and you're controlling them. And it's like, I don't see any difference in doing a love spell on a person. If your ass was sitting up in jail, you want to put a spell on that judge to let you out. So how does that differ from free will? I'm just saying, hey, do you? You know, I personally, hell, I can't judge. If I did, then I wouldn't be able to practice and help as many people as I do. So that's kind of my opinion on that. Nate says, can we do both at the same time? Do what? Both candles? Absolutely. I think that's what you meant. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Constance. What's up, my love? I haven't talked to you in a while. It's good to see you on here. Let's see. Okay, I have a couple more. I love y'all. I'm so hungry. I really gotta go. But let's see. Can we burn both red and pink candles at the same time for love and self-love? Yes, absolutely. Andrea says, my husband loves burning them. In my old house, I keep fresh roses. Yeah, I love roses. Roses to me are sexy. I don't know what it is. I love them. I think they're beautiful. And you should buy yourself some flowers. You know, that's the other thing. I remember when I was, you know, young, and I used to have this thing. So even as a young, I mean, really, not really young, but, you know, as a teenager, 17, 18, I have never in my entire life not had a date for Valentine's Day. Like, it was my mission. I was having a date. Even when I was in high school, like, one of y'all is buying me a gift for Valentine's Day. I didn't care if I got a bag of M&Ms. You're buying me something. That's just how I've always been. And I love roses, and that's what I asked for. You know, I think it's okay to ask for things. If a man, well, at least for me, a man asks me what I want for Valentine's Day, besides money, I want roses. Quite frankly, I do. I think they're beautiful. I want roses all the time. I buy myself flowers. However, I said that to say, as I started to grow up, I realized I don't have to wait till Valentine's Day to get some roses. I'll just go buy my own. So I buy myself roses on a weekly basis. Vanilla. Woo! Talk about aphrodisiac, honey. Ooh, if you're having a date come over, especially if you want to seduce them, put a vanilla candle on. You'll thank me later. Hey, Darlene Francis, first time watching. Well, welcome to the Magic Tribe, honey. You can watch the replay, but we are talking about love altars, so nice to have you here. Okay, somebody's inboxing me who's watching my live. I'm not sure why, because I can't answer your questions right now. All right, I think that's pretty much it, ladies. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. I will be doing love readings for those of you that have actually watched this video to the end. I am doing love readings tomorrow. I'm offering them at a discounted rate, 15 minutes, $25. In 15 minutes, you can get about 2 to 3 questions in. You know, is me and my partner, is this the right partner for me? What do I need to do to attract love? Things like that. I'm only doing it tomorrow and Friday, and I was just doing it in lieu of the full moon and the spring equinox. I will be doing some love rituals on Friday as well. I will share those with you if anyone is looking to have a love candle done. You're more than welcome to inbox me. As long as you inbox me by tomorrow evening, I can fit you in. If not, then we'll catch each other next moon cycle. All right, last question, and then I'm out of here. What about a love jar? That's a separate video. I have an entire series on love jars, honey jars, on my YouTube channel, Mystic at the Crossroads. You can go ahead and watch that. All those questions are answered there. Female pheromones. Yes, get them. Pheromones. I like pheromones, but you need to be careful where you order them from. A lot of the ones online are not real. This is to Alana, so you got to be careful with pheromones. The Attract and Seduce oil that I sell on my website, I actually put pheromones in those. So they are real pheromones. They were pretty costly. So if you're looking for something that's quality with the pheromone, OneRitualWay.com, the Attract and Seduce oil. Otherwise, you can definitely find them online, but I would say, read the reviews and just make sure you order from a quality company, because I've ordered some before and I've gotten some shit that wasn't real, and it's, you don't want to waste your money. But anyway, all right, babes, I'm out of here, ladies. Have fun. Happy manifesting. It's the full moon. Be careful who you're intimate with tonight. Those of you that are trying to conceive, this is the best night to do it, so enjoy yourselves. Message me. I'll be available for questions. Now until Friday. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later.